Principles of Resource Economics, Section 2, Part C, Ecosystem Goods and Services. In this video, we define ecosystem goods and services and provide some examples. Learn about valuing the ecosystem goods and services. Discuss the conceptual relationship and linkages. Derive relationships between natural capital and ecosystem goods and services in production. Ecosystem goods are tangible, natural resource material or stocks supported by ecosystem processes and functions which are useful and valuable to people. Examples are trees, grass, and animals. Ecosystem services. Natural resource flows supported by ecosystem processes and functions which are useful and valuable to people, often resulting in improvement in the condition or location of ecosystem goods. For example, clean water and biodiversity. Ecosystem goods and services are listed in this table. Ecosystem goods are into category of non-renewables and renewables. Valuing ecosystem goods and services, conceptual relationships, and linkage. This table summarizes the conceptual relationships and linkages. We see the connection between ecology and economics and the valuation linkage between ecosystem structure, ecosystem functions and processes, ecosystem goods and services, and eventually ecosystem values. We can see that ecosystem values are captured by asking people how much they are willing to pay for receiving these goods and services. Ecosystem goods and services are something of value to people. They are generated from natural capital through ecological processes and function according to an ecological economic transformation function. We show that as equation 1, in which ecosystem goods and services, natural capital, and the relationship are shown as follows. An example would be solar radiation, hydrologic and nutrient cycling processes and function in ecosystem generated naturally pure drinking water from energy and natural matter. We can show relationship between natural capital and ecosystem goods and services in production function. Using neoclassical ecosystem production function, we can show that economic commodity as a function of ecosystem goods or services, human capital, build capital, finance capital, and social capital. From previous slide, we can substitute equation 1, the transformation function, into 2 and get to this function, in which we call it neoclassical no-capital production function, which is directly function of natural resources. Relationships between natural capital and ecosystem goods and services in consumption can be shown using the utility maximization problem, in which we have a direct utility function and assume that decision makers are rational and concerned primarily with their own self-interest. They are non-satiation, so more prefer to less, and we assume diminishing marginal utility. So in utility maximization problem, we maximize the utility function subject to two constraints, which one is the production function constraint and another is a budget constraint. In budget constraint, E superscript R is a ration non-market ecosystem good and service. E superscript NR is a non-rationed market ecosystem good and service. PE superscript NR is the market price of non-rationed. Q is the regular market good and service. P superscript Q is the market price. So we simply multiplied each commodity times its own price to get the budget. Let's consider this utility maximization example. Upon graduation, Joe wishes to maximize his utility through purchasing and consuming market goods and services with market prices, including market ecosystem goods and services and non-market ecosystem goods and services. Joe has relatively a strong preference for non-market ecosystem goods and services, including sunshine, mild summer in temperature, and low humidity. He has two job offers. One, working in central Pennsylvania for a salary of $80,000 per year. Another working in western Colorado for a salary of $60,000 per year. Which offer will maximize expected future utility of Joe? In next video, we will talk about scarcity, flow, fund, renewable and non-renewable resources.